What do digital assets have to do with orange groves, barrels filled with whiskey, payphones? Who remembers those? And beavers? Well, it turns out a lot. None of those things, standing alone, are securities. But any one of them can be packaged into a contract for an investment that may be a security. Let me break this down a bit. The law lists a bunch of things that are securities. That list includes things you ordinarily think of, like a share of stock. Why is a share of stock always a security? If you own a share of stock in, let's say, Apple owes you a fiduciary duty, and you can hold Apple accountable if they don't fulfill those obligations. That's true no matter how you bought the stock or who sold it to you. But the law also includes something called an investment contract in the list of things considered a security. An investment contract is not like a traditional share of stock. And anyone who tells you that, well, let's just say they're trying to confuse you.
UpdateXrp continues to forge partnerships with some of the largest financial institutions across the world. On July 28, 2023, Ripple announced a new partnership with a South Korean company in an effort to increase the use of XRP. The use of cryptocurrencies is currently reaching unprecedented proportions. We are all in awe of XRP. In point of fact, this is something that has been happening nearly on a daily basis throughout the course of the past several weeks and months, particularly after the United States Securities and Exchange Commission decided that XRP was not a security. In point of fact, when a large Indian financial institution known as Kotak Mahindra Bank was and still is utilizing XRP transactions conducted through Ripple, even the largest bank in Sweden, ASCB, which is based in Sweden, is continuing to collaborate with Ripple on the adoption of XRP for real-time blockchain payments. In point of fact, the number of Ripple collaborations has been steadily climbing at an all-time high rate, with our most recent record being set on July 16, when the number of Ripple partnerships reached an all-time high of 120 institutions. This information was shared on the website known as cryptoalert.com. However, as of this moment, we have long since surpassed that number, which to the best of my knowledge has probably now reached over 130 to 140 institutions, and things have actually shifted away from being a focus of just financial institutions for the XRP ledger and for XRP in favor of countries, and looking more at implementing XRP within central bank digital currencies, and integrating those central bank digital currencies within and on the XRP ledger. This is because the focus has shifted away from being on just financial institutions for the XRP ledger and for XRP. What transpired lately, which is the Palau stablecoin trial on the XRP ledger, was revealed in a startling interview that was recently published by Ripple Exxon. We've got some crazy news for you guys that emphasizes that Ripple has been concentrating on not just the Republic of Palau and integrating their central bank digital currency, which is backed by the US dollar, on the XRP ledger. The announcement comes as a result of some crazy news that we've got for you guys, but the fact of the matter is that Ripple is concentrating on a wide variety of countries for their central banks to use their digital currency on the XRP ledger. Even for some of those, they are more interested in making XRP the digital currency of the central bank and using it as the method for conducting international payments than they are in developing an entirely new cryptocurrency. Because of this, we are going to get some further insight based on that from the Ripple executive himself, who is going to tell you all of that information. I am aware that one of the primary areas of emphasis in the US, that is the kind of response you would anticipate, but the fact of the matter is that the majority of the globe does not view things in the same light. I believe that it has been obvious for some time now that nations such as the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and Japan have made it abundantly plain that XRP is not a security. Since we started working on this project 2.5 years ago, it hasn't really been much of a barrier for us on the CBC side of things since we began. We have made the announcement that we would be collaborating with 5 different countries. A comparable number of conversations are taking place behind closed doors, and in addition to that, there are at least 20 others that are currently being actively pursued. Consequently, I believe that it is wonderful that we were able to achieve this win. The job that I am doing with central banks all across the world is not going to be significantly altered as a result of this. That's an intriguing fact, therefore the case hasn't really come up when you're talking to these various central banks throughout the world and working with regulators. They never stop asking, okay, let's shift our attention to Palau. The nation is located in the Pacific Ocean and is now conducting a test of a stablecoin that is connected to the dollar. There are around 340 islands that make up the nation. The population is spread out over a large number of islands while being relatively low. We have been in communication with Palau for probably the past couple of years while we were having this conversation with the president. We were discussing his plan for the economy both domestically and abroad. The idea of a national currency was brought up at that point as well. To put things into perspective for you, the Republic of Palau is an independent entity. Its official currency is the dollar from the United States. It does not have a single central bank. When we first started considering this, our first thought was okay. Well, we can do a US dollar stablecoin, which could be launched as a Palau branded currency if you like. After more consideration, we came to the conclusion that this would be the best course of action. As part of this pilot program, a number of government employees will be provided with the PSC, which is the stablecoin, and they will be allowed to use it to make purchases at a subset of the nation's major retail establishments. The money can be exchanged for fiat by the stores whenever they want if they have a bank account, posted literally just now, and I'm just now noticing it since I always make my initial posts on Twitter. If I may do so, Dusai, a large Italian producer, has joined forces with Ripple to adopt XRP AM, develop on the XRP blockchain. Thus, the expansion is occurring at an exponential rate, and one of Ripple's founders has spoken previously on the topic of global scalability. Arthur Brew, who is the inventor of Ripple, predicted that XRP might be worth $10,000 with worldwide scalability, and he gave the same reason that is currently being used. In fact, he predicts that XRP will hit $10,000 when it becomes scalable to a large number of individuals, including over the entire global population of 7.5 billion people. He also makes reference to the fact that XRP was created with the express intent of preventing widespread adoption by governments, central banks, and individual investors. The price of XRP will increase when this process gets underway. We must therefore constantly remind ourselves of this when we observe widespread adoption or global scalability. Ripple's co-founders say it'll happen. Funny enough, they also predicted a $10,000 price once it occurred. I'll reiterate that I'm not a financial or legal advisor. This video is not financial or legal advice. Ripple co-founder Arthur Pirado thinks $10,000 is amazing. At 1 cent and 70, 1 cent and 70, 1 cent and 71 cents fourth after USDT or USD Tether, with a market valuation of $37 billion and 24-hour volume of 612 million, liquidity rose to 187 million. This coin's record high is 3.92 USD. The market is red, but it appears to be sideways with a possible bullish breakout, higher highs and lows indicate that will happen shortly. Good market sentiment, good charts, and overall appearance. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.